And we welcome you back to Little Creek Park in South Charleston, West Virginia, as the NFHS Network presents live streaming coverage of the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament, presented by your local Little General stores. Today's games have been broadcast and produced in conjunction with the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission by Video Productions. Greetings from South Charleston and Field A at the Rock, where we are into the Class AA Softball Championship Final. This game will decide it all between Glen and Herbert Hoover. Greetings from South Charleston and our great video productions crew, the SSAC and the NFHS Network. I'm Andrew Miller, delighted to have you with us for this final game in Class AA for the 2021 season. After this one, it will be decided as to who is the champion. Will it be the 29-2 Glen Golden Bears or the 27-4 Herbert Hoover Huskies? The Huskies advancing to a second and final game with a big 10-0 5-inning short game victory over the Glen Golden Bears. We have one remaining. We'll take a break very quickly for our sponsors. When we come back, we will give you the starting lineups and the opening pitch, as it will be all decided here in Class AA on the NFHS Network.
At Tudor's Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch gravy. Now that's a meal, served all day long, and only available at Tudor's Biscuit World.
Geno's introduces the Big Cheese, our supersized pizza piled high with extra cheese for only $9.99. A blend of 3 different cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and provolone. Try Geno's Big Cheese Pizza for only $9.99.
Boy, getting older is pretty stressful. Am I right, girls?
No kidding, Sandy. It seems like every morning I see a new driveway crack.
My deck sure isn't as level as it used to be.
You've got to keep up appearances, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, you got that right.
It's time to stop worrying about your concrete problems. Give us a call today and rest easy tonight.
CBS Equipment has over 30 years' experience in the mining industry and is committed to supplying mining companies with reliable, inventive, quality equipment as well as top-notch customer service. CBS Equipment is proud to support the Independence Lady Patriots as well as all 2021 softball state tournament participants. All Seasons Lawn and Landscape. Whether you need help with landscaping or the perfect manicured lawn, call Chris Stukich at All Seasons Lawn and Landscaping. All Seasons Lawn and Landscape, proud supporters of girls softball and the Ritchie County Lady Rebels. West Virginia Game Changer. West Virginia teens are changing the game. West Virginia Game Changer is an initiative designed to educate, support, and empower our youth to make healthy choices as they prepare to be our leaders of tomorrow. West Virginia Game Changers, and we are ready to go. One final game as all other classes have been decided. Cabell Midland, your Class AAA champions. Wahama, Class Single A, and we are down to a second and final game in Class AA between the Glen Golden Bears and the Herbert Hoover Lady Huskies. Glen with one title to their credit back in 1998. Huskies looking for their 5th overall and their 4th in a row Oak Glen will be in the field first as the home team. Let's take a look at the lineups for the Huskies. Brooklyn Huffman will lead it off and be at second base. Carolyn Woody batting second. At third, Sydney Bright batting third. Behind home plate, cleanup hitter is Courtney Pfizer out in center. Grayson Butcher will give way, and she will be at shortstop batting fifth. Abby Hansen moves over to first base, batting sixth. Batting seventh, Sydney Shamblin out in right. Josie Fix gets the start for the Huskies on the pitcher's circle, and she'll bat eighth. Emma Veltri moves from second out to left field. She will bat ninth. For Oak Glen, leading off, Sydney Brown. She will be at shortstop. Lizzie Kell out in center field batting second. Maddie McKay gets the start on the mound. She'll bat third, batting cleanups. Catcher Sarah Brown batting fifth. Olivia Munoz playing third. Michaela Zeller is batting sixth out in left field. Batting seventh, Amber Moore at second, batting eighth. In right field, Grace Smith, and the designated player, Emma Renfro, batting ninth for Alexis Holden, the first baseman. And we are ready to go. Underway, Brooklyn Huffman. As McKay working her second straight game. She did not get the start. It was Kell who got the start in the first contest between these two. McKay came in relief, and then Kell finished it off as the Huskies continued the series into this final game of the 2021 season. A quick 3-0 count to Huffman. And fighting back is McKay for strike one. This game one of this series was very close up until the top of the fifth inning. That is when the Huskies opened things up with 10 runs, 14 batters on 6 hits. And they ended it in the bottom of the fifth. 3-2 the count now to Huffman. Payoff pitch, and that one missing outside. McKay did have some trouble with control in her outing. In game number one, she walked 3 batters and hit a batter in that fifth inning. Brooklyn Huffman in the first game. Finished 2 for 4 with a triple and 3 RBIs. So Woody at the plate with a 1-0 count. She'll square to bunt, pops one up. It drops right in front of the catcher. And Brown unable to make a play at either first or second. As Woody was just trying to advance Huffman into scoring position, she did more than that. Ends up safe at first. That will bring up the catcher, Sydney Bright. Bright was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Both of those came in the fifth inning in game number one. In the state tournament, she is 6 for 12. With 3 RBIs and a double. A great campaign for the sophomore catcher. Oh, 1 pitch fouled back into the cage. And McKay now ahead in the count, 0-2. Oak Glen had not given up more than 5 runs in any game this year. They did it just twice. Gave up 10 to the Huskies. Next pitch, high into the sky, very shallow center field. Moving in is Kell. Camping under it for out number 1. What we saw in that first game was Oak Glen getting in a jam immediately, but able to get out of the threat with no damage in the top of the first inning. They did that throughout the first 4 innings, in fact. And they're going to try to regroup after allowing that 10-run fifth in the last game. Huskies are going to try to continue the offensive barrage that they have had in this state tournament. They scored 3 in their first contest. Since then, 9, 10, and 10. So 29 runs in the last 3 games. Next pitch framed for a half second by Sarah Brown. The catcher, no strike called. 1-1 the count to Courtney Pfizer. Pitch high into the sky, right at the pitcher's circle, moving over a little bit towards the first base side. It was McKay. And she'll earn back-to-back pop-up outs of the Husky bats. And that'll bring up Butcher, who is now the shortstop in this game. I call her Butcher for some reason. Buckner. I know some Butchers, but not from – they're from the Elk River area, but not in the same county. Sorry about that. Grayson Buckner, you'd think, as good as she has been. Here's one in foul territory, moving in and making a tremendous catch to end the inning is Grace Smith for out number 3. What a finish to the top of the first for Oak Glen. So they've shaken off a little bit of the shell shock. We'll move to the bottom of the first inning, and the Golden Bears will be at the plate for the first time. You're watching the State Softball Championship of Class AA on the NFHS Network.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
We welcome you back to South Charleston, West Virginia, Class AA Championship game. This is the final game. The winner of this one will be the 2021 Class AA champions, Oak Glen, allowing a pair of base runners in the top of the first. No damage with one hit. Bottom of the inning we go. And the Golden Bears will be at the plate for the first time in this one. They were shut down by Grayson Buckner in that 5-inning loss in the first game with just one base hit. They'll see Josie Fix for the first time. Fix with 48 2/3 innings of work. She has struck out 32, walked just 8, giving up 13 earned runs. On the season, she brings a 1.87 ERA into this championship game. And she will face Sydney Brown, the shortstop, to lead it off. First pitch outside of the strike zone for ball 1. Brown coming into the postseason, or into this game, 2 for 5, 4 runs and a triple. And Fix the lefty. Animated delivery. This one's ripped down the line at third. Fielded cleanly, though, by Woody, the junior, across the diamond and into the glove of Abby Hansen for out number 1. So the 5-3 put out registered for the Husky defense. And defense has been the name of the game. Even though the Huskies have scored a lot of runs in the last 3 games, it's their defense that has really stepped up to the plate. They have just not allowed much of anything. For Sissonville, for Oak Glen, for Independence yesterday evening. Lizzie Kell, the center fielder, swings at the first offering, chops it towards Woody at third. And back-to-back putouts by the junior third baseman, a quick 1-2. And that will bring the pitcher, Maddie McKay, to the plate. McKay came into the first game 2 for 6 with a pair of RBIs. 2 doubles in the state tournament for the junior. Again, both these teams quite young. 5 sophomore starters for Hoover and 4 sophomore starters for Oak Glen. Between these 2 teams, there are just 3 total senior starters. 0-1 pitch, 1 hops the catcher Bright. And the count evens at 1-1. Strange to think that missing out all last season, getting the start in March. Some teams dealt with some COVID shutdown issues throughout the season. But the WVSSAC, with the protocols and athletic directors getting on board, we have made it to the end of the line in Class AA. Fix missing with a pair of balls outside of the strike zone, and we are at 3-1 now. To McKay, cleanup hitter, the catcher, Sarah Brown on deck. Rocks and fires. This one tattooed. That's going to get through. All the way to the fence it goes. McKay rounding first. She'll head over towards third. Here comes the throw. McKay in safely with the 2-out stand-up triple. After scoring, after just one base hit for Oak Glen in game number 1, they have immediately struck with a triple from Maddie McKay here in the first inning. With 2 outs on the board, and the cleanup hitter Brown coming to the plate. So the Golden Bears wanting to strike first and shake off the tough memory of that 10-0 5-inning loss. First pitch, Brown swung heavy at it. Fouls it back. Brown with 3 RBIs in this postseason, a triple to her total. 0-1 pitch, off speed, and Brown was out in front of that one. Behind in the count, 0-2. Fix has a very animated delivery. When she comes through, it's almost as if she's scraping the softball off of the turf. Next offering, low and away. Brown lays off of the carrot outside. Olivia Munoz on deck. The 1-2 pitch off speed. And Fix delivers a big strikeout here in the bottom of the first. No score after 1. We move to the second. Huskies to the plate here in the Class AA softball final from the NFHS Network.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Boy, getting older is pretty stressful. Am I right, girls?
No kidding, Sandy. It seems like every morning I see a new driveway crack.
My deck sure isn't as level as it used to be.
You've got to keep up appearances, though, right?
You got that right.
It's time to stop worrying about your concrete problems. Give us a call today and rest easy tonight.
West Virginia teens are changing the game. West Virginia Game Changers is an initiative designed to educate, support, and empower our youth to make healthy choices as they prepare to be our leaders of tomorrow. West Virginia Game Changers. We're into the second inning in the Class AA championship game. Both teams with base runners aboard. Both teams with a hit in the first inning, a triple by McKay with 2 outs, but Fix with a big strikeout of Brown as we move to the top of the second. And hitter 6, 7, and 8 to the plate. Abby Hansen, Sydney Shamblin, Josie Fix to lead it off. Hansen fouls one against the cage to lead it off. Hansen 2 for 8 coming into the first game today. Had an RBI on a base hit in the first game between these two. Swings and foul, tips it into the glove of Brown. 0-2 the count. The Golden Bears need to have a short memory, getting that 10-run loss out of their heads. Here's a nice off-speed change-up pitch, a swing and a miss. It was dropped by Brown. She'll have to swing it over to first to confirm the out. She does just that for the strikeout. So stepping to the plate is Sydney Shamblin. I stopped keeping track of the hits for her a while back. She had 5 in a row at one point. I think I put a kibosh on her. But she has been one of the better bats here in this state tournament, specifically the last couple of games. First pitch right down Main Street for strike one. Next pitch, this one is blooped into right center field. Moving over quickly is the junior Grace Smith. She got there before Kell was able to approach it. And a quick 2 up, 2 down, top of the second for the defense of Oak Glen.
Now batting for Herbert Hoover, number 4, Josie Fix.
So Fix, the pitcher, had a pair of RBIs on a big base hit in the 5th inning of game number 1 between these two teams. Looks on at one outside of the strike zone. 1-0 the count. Next pitch, that one is going opposite field, and that's going to get away from the left fielder, Michaela Zellers, all the way to the fence. It goes. Fix going to try to head around to third. The throw is in there, not in time, as Fix slides under the tag. We had an issue out at second, and I thought I saw the first base umpire moving over and calling some obstruction. As Fix was rounding second, got tied up there with the defender. As you can see right there, the collision between Fix and Amber Moore, the second baseman. So Fix at third. When we go back to the last game, there were a couple of opportunities for Oak Glen to get 1, 2, 3 innings, and they just couldn't get it done a couple times with 2 outs already on the board. Number 9 hitter, Emma Veltri. She'll pop this one up in foul territory, and it will just move right to the fence line as the catcher, Brown, gave a chase to it. 1-1 the count to Veltri. Runner aboard third. And a called strike 2. Huffman on deck, top of the order for the Huskies. Veltri came into this game 3 for 8. 3 runs scored and a triple. Next pitch popped up. And the count remains 1-2. Both teams battled back and forth in the first 4 innings of the first game. Neither team would give up anything. And we are seeing the makings of that, at least again, to begin this game. Both teams combined in the first 4 innings had just 3 hits. And Oak Glen finished with just 1 hit total. 6 hits in the 5th inning for the Huskies in that first game. Another 1-2 offering, and that one rides high. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Class AAA decided in the first contest, Cabell Midland winning. Class Single A also that way. Wahama, your Single A champions. This is the only class that has gone to a second and deciding game as Maddie McKay draws a very big strikeout to end the inning. In the top of the second, no score, Oak Glen to the plate. You're watching the 2021 Class AA Softball Championship on the NFHS Network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
Moving into the bottom of inning number 2, Class AA championship here in West Virginia and South Charleston at Little Creek Park. Field A at the Rock, and we are into the bottom of the second inning between Herbert Hoover and Oak Glen. Huskies advancing and continuing this championship series with a win in game number 1 to extend it to this final game of the year. Olivia Munoz, Michaela Zellers, Amber Moore coming to the plate here against Fix in the bottom of the second. Munoz swinging at the first pitch. Jammed, popped it up over behind third as Grayson Butcher will move over and make the grab. Yeah, as I mentioned, I called her Buckner for some reason out of the blue in the bottom of the first inning. I'm sure those of you out there watching this on the Facebook, you can go ahead and lambaste me if you would like to. I've earned that one. Buckner's her name. Did I call her Butcher? Listen, I'm 7 games into this 2-day tournament, and I am trying really hard to keep it together. Quick 2 up, 2 down as Zellers chops it over to second base. That is where Huffman is standing. So I called her Buckner. It is Butcher. Potatoes, tomatoes. Gotcha. I even wrote Butcher, no wonder. Here's one chopped again towards second base, picked up, dropped, and back into the hands of Huffman. A 3 up, 3 down inning. A very quick second inning for both teams. We move to the third. Huskies to the plate. You're watching the 2021 Class AA Softball Championship on the NFHS Network. We welcome you back immediately here in the top of the third inning. Brooklyn Huffman, the top of the Husky order, swings at the first offering from Maddie McKay. Rips it towards the second baseman, Amber Moore. Finishes off the out quickly. Back-to-back 4-3 putouts going back to the bottom of the second inning. Caroline Woody, she had a single in inning number 1. Turns on the first offering and rips it foul to play. I really do want to apologize to all the Husky fans out there. One of the best players in the state of West Virginia, Class AA. I've been calling back and forth in this game and the previous one. Grayson Buckner. For some reason, Butcher got in my head, and I'll accept all forms of criticism. Go ahead and bring them on because I have well deserved them after calling one of the best players in the state by a different last name numerous times. Even wrote it down wrong. I have now fixed that and put it in highlighter. Make sure I don't mess it up again. Here's Woody fouling one off, staying alive with an 0-2 count. Yeah, I need that. 1-2-3 here for the Huskies in the top of the third. On deck is Sydney Bright. This game for all the marbles. Oak Glen looking for their second title overall in school history. Huskies looking for 4 straight and 5 overall. Good pitch as McKay goes off speed and strikes out Woody swinging. Third strikeout of the game for Maddie McKay. And a quick 2-up, 2-down start to this one. Bright coming to the plate, swings at the first offering. High into the sky, shallow right field. Backing up is Amber Moore. A 1-2-3, top of the third, off of the 1-2-3, bottom of the second. Quickly we go to the bottom of inning number 3 as Oak Glen coming to the plate. No score in the Class AA Softball Championship on the NFHS Network.
Hooters Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch gravy. Now that's a meal. Served all day long and only available at Hooters Biscuit World.
Geno's introduces the Big Cheese, our supersized pizza piled high with extra cheese for only $9.99. A blend of 3 different cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and provolone. Try Geno's Big Cheese Pizza for only $9.99.
Did you know that up to 50% of the air you breathe in your home is the air that comes through your basement? A wet, damp basement can be a real problem that can worsen asthma and allergies, affect your indoor air quality, and damage your valuables. Alford Home Solutions will transform your basement into a dry, usable space and improve the air quality in your entire home. Protect your family today. Visit alfordhomesolutions.com for a free estimate.
Whether you need help with landscaping or the perfect manicured lawn, call Chris Dukic at All Seasons Lawn and Landscaping. All Seasons Lawn and Landscape, proud supporters of girls softball and the Ritchie County Lady Rebels. To the bottom of the third we go in this Class AA championship final. No score between Oak Glen and Herbert Hoover, just as it was in Game 1 of the championship series. Both pitchers and defenses backing up their pitchers. Oak Glen will send the bottom half of the order to the plate to begin this inning. 8, 9, and 1. Grace Smith, Emma Renfro, and then back to the top of the order and Sydney Brown as Josie Fix getting ready to work her third inning. And Smith will see Fix for the first time. Smith still looking for that elusive first base hit of the tournament. Rips the first shot right to the shortstop, Buckner. And Grayson Buckner, not just a pitcher, she is able to do some damage at shortstop. And now I'm just getting ribbed up here. They're putting Butcher back in my head. Grayson Buckner. I'm going to get it right for the rest of the game, I promise. To all those Husky fans out there, I have got it right in front of me in bold lettering. Here comes Renfro to the plate. 1-0 the count to the designated player, Renfro. Renfro, 1 base hit in this postseason. She'd like to get on board. Here's a nice bunt laid down, but it will trickle foul. If you'll go back to that last game between these two, Renfro laid down a bunt in the third inning. It was a beautifully laid bunt. She was called out at first. We looked at the replay, and we could see very clearly that she should have been safe. And that was the one time in this entire state tournament that I have disagreed with the umpires that came together to talk it over, and they still decided that Renfro was out. 2-1 the count to the designated player. 2-1 pitch. Renfro catches a piece, evens the count at 2-2. Oak Glen won their first 26 games of the season, lost in the opener of the regional to Kaiser, came right back and avenged that loss. So I wonder if that will be a theme for the Golden Bears, see if they can avenge the loss in Game 1 of the series and get the championship. Or will the Huskies four-peat? This one popped up right in front of the pitcher's circle as Fix comes off of the rubber for out number 2. Fix has not had to work much here, 22 pitches total.
Now batting for Oak Glen, number 1, Sydney Brown.
So 2 up, 2 down. Top of the order, Sydney Brown. Came in with 2 for 5, 4 runs scored and a triple. She was 0 for 2 in the first contest. She'll foul one off her foot. Again, Class AAA, Cabell Midland, the champions of Class AAA. Wahama, the White Falcons in Class Single A, crowned. Both of those games in the championship series were won by the 2-0 team, so we are the main event here in South Charleston at Little Creek Park. 1-1 the count to the leadoff hitter, Brown. Brown will rope this one. It'll get through between short and third, and a 2-out single. We'll keep the hopes alive in the bottom of the third for the Golden Bears. Lizzie Kell, she has had a tremendous state tournament. Kell came into this championship series 4 for 7 with 2 RBIs, 2 triples, and 2 runs scored. Although she was held in check in that first game, only had 2 plate appearances. And Kell was the lone base hit of the game. She'll chop this one over towards third. Coming in to field it is Woody, and she will rifle it across for out number 3. Another base runner aboard for the Golden Bears, and another shutdown inning for the Husky defense. We've worked through 3. Still no score here in the Class AA Championship on the NFHS Network.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
We welcome you back to the Class AA Championship Final between Oak Glen and Herbert Hoover. We have played 3 complete innings, no score. This game looking eerily similar to the first game of the series. We thought we might see it all the way through, but the Huskies had different ideas in the top of the 5th inning, scoring 10 and defeating Oak Glen to extend this series to a final game. 4, 5, and 6 coming to the plate. Courtney Pfizer leading it off here in the top of the 4th. 1-1 the count from McKay. McKay loses that one. Upstairs. Again, McKay got things started in this state tournament with a bang. A 1-hit shutout of Independence. Had a no-hitter into the bottom of the 7th inning. This one popped up in foul territory. So McKay got Oak Glen to the championship bracket semifinal, and then she worked 5 of the 8 innings in that 8-inning spectacle with Sissonville last night. That was a tremendous game, 3-2. Oak Glen advanced to the championship series. Herbert Hoover lost to Sissonville their first game, and then they've been on a run. Dispatched of Independence 9-1, beat Sissonville 10-0 this morning, and just beat Oak Glen in 5, 10-0, and here we are. 3-2 pitch, and that one misses. And that will send Pfizer to the base paths with the full count walk.
Now batting for the Huskies, number 18, Grayson Buckner.
So that'll bring to the plate Grayson Buckner. She'll swing at the first opportunity. That one hit into right center field. It just kept carrying, and Lizzie Kell just kept running. Got all the way over there near the right field area and called off Grace Smith. She'll make the grab for out number 1.
Now batting for Herbert Hoover, number 17, Abby Hanson.
That'll bring up Hanson. First pitch in the turf. Nice stab behind the plate by Brown, keeping Pfizer at bay. Next offering from McKay, missing low. 2-0 the count to Hanson. Hanson rifles one into the cage with a 2-0 count, 2-1 now. Hansen came into the championship series 2 for 8 with an RBI. Added another RBI in the last game. 2-1 pitch, popped up, foul again. And McKay has worked it back to even at 2 apiece. We're in the top of the 4th inning in Field A at the Rock in South Charleston. Little Creek Park, the site of the 2021 State Softball Championships. We are in Class AA. Here's the pitch, ripped towards the shortstop, fielded cleanly, and across to first. A nice play made by Sidney Brown on the hard hit shot by Hansen. They'll take out number 2. That will advance Pfizer into scoring position on the 6-3 putout. Sydney Shamblin coming to the plate. We've talked about her plenty in the last 2 games. Came into the championship series 5 for 9 with 4 RBIs. She added to that total with 2 more base hits and another RBI. She'll swing at the first pitch, a shallow shot into right field. Coming on is the junior Grace Smith for out number 3. No damage in the bottom or in the top of the 4th. We move to the bottom. Still no score. Golden Bears to the plate here in this Class AA softball championship on the NFHS network.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Boy, getting older is pretty stressful. Am I right, girls?
No kidding, Sandy. It seems like every morning I see a new driveway crack.
My deck sure isn't as level as it used to be.
You've got to keep up appearances, though, right?
You got that right.
It's time to stop worrying about your concrete.
We move to the bottom of inning number 4. Still no score here in this championship finale in Class AA from South Charleston, West Virginia on the NFHS network. Oak Glen and Herbert Hoover in a battle. Hitters 3, 4, and 5 coming to the plate. Maddie McKay, the pitcher, leads it off, and she will start it off with a big base hit. She is 2 for 2. Ripped a triple down the line in left field that got to the fence, but was stranded at third in inning number 1. And she will get the Golden Bears off to a golden start here in the bottom of the inning with her second base hit. That will bring Sarah Brown to the plate, the cleanup hitter, and the catcher struck out swinging to end the inning in the first against Fix. And now Brown goes opposite field, and she will rip one. That's going to get away. Here comes McKay over to third, and are they going to get McKay? No! The third base umpire says the ball was dropped out of the glove of Caroline Woody. It might have been dislodged by the foot of McKay sliding in. That was a rocket throw by Shamblin, though, over in right field. And Shamblin nearly gunned down McKay. We'll have to take a look at that one. A big opportunity, though, for Oak Glen with back-to-back base hits by McKay and Brown, who moved to second base on the throw to third. No outs, runners on second and third. Olivia Munoz coming to the plate. Infield playing in for the Huskies, trying to avoid giving up a run if they can. Munoz squares the bunt, pops one off of the plate. Goes back in foul territory, 0-1 the count. So Munoz was going to try to force the defense of the Huskies to make a decision. You take the almost guaranteed out at first and offer up a possible run. She'll square to bunt again. She'll lay down a beauty. They'll come home with it. Not in time, though. McKay was nearly in suicide squeeze mode. She took off. There was no doubt she was coming home. The question is, would she get there in time? It was a great attempt by Woody. She fielded it cleanly and lobbed it in. It just got away from the catcher, Bright. And so quick off of that bunt was McKay. So the Golden Bears now will strike first in the championship finale as Munoz does the job. Not only does she score the run, she ends up out at second base. So Michaela Zeller's coming to the plate. Still no outs. Runners at second and third. Oak Glen for the first time in the series in this championship leading. And they'll square to bunt again as Zellers drops one in foul territory. 0-1 the count. Zellers was 0 for 2 in the first game in this championship series. 2 for 6 coming into the series. She'll square to bunt again. This one dropped in fair territory. They're going to go home again and not in time again. 2 great jumps by the runner on third base. And suddenly Oak Glen has all the confidence back that was lost in that 5th inning when the Huskies scored 10. Zellers drops one in fair territory and forced the hand of the defense yet again. Another good jump by the runner at third. This time it was Brown that came home safely. Runners at second and third for the third time. Oak Glen feeling very good right now. They'll try it again as Amber Moore, the second baseman, drops one in foul territory. I suppose head coach Sherry Garner said it worked the first 2 times. Let's try it again. And you can see first and third playing halfway in on the turf. The question is, will they be able to make a play at home? Fix rocks and fires. No bunt attempt this time as Moore swings. Rips it back into the cage, 0-2. Moore came into the series 0 for 3 with an RBI. She was 0 for 2 in game 1. Bottom of the 4th, Oak Glen leading 2-0. Still no outs in the bottom of this inning. And runners in scoring position. Fix, rocks and fires, off speed. Woo. That changeup just about as nasty as Buckner's is. And that will send Amber Moore packing to the dugout. The first out recorded by Josie Fix. Grace Smith ripped one to Buckner at short. 6-3 put out her last plate appearance. First offering from Fix misses low, 1-0 the count. Smith in the postseason came into this championship series 0 for 7. 0 for 2 in the first game, so she is 0 for 9 looking for that first hit. For Oak Glen, it would be a big one if she could do it. With ducks on the pond, 2-0 the count. And a quick timeout just for the infield of the Huskies to make sure they're all on the same page. And again, in a situation where even though Oak Glen gave up 10 runs to the Huskies in the first game, that is a rarity. In fact, it's an outlier. As Oak Glen gives up 1.6 runs per game, they've not given up more than 5. They did it twice in the regular season. The Huskies, the only team to go double figures. Next pitch, this one goes opposite field. That's going to drop in. 1 run will score. They will hold Zellers at third, And the bottom of the order now for the Golden Bears delivering. Grace Smith with the RBI on her first base hit of the state tournament. It comes at a great time for the Golden Bears. Munoz comes in from third. Oak Glen leading 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth. We take a look at it. That was a good one. Just an opposite field slap shot for Smith. Down to the bottom of the order. Renfro popped out to the pitcher. A throw down to third. And very wisely, Zellers was not far off the bag. And they'll just take the option to let Smith head to second. So for now, the fourth time in this inning, runners at second and third. Still just one out. Renfro 1 for 7. Coming in, the next pitch by Fix missing low. And a 2-0 count to Renfro. And we'll get ourselves another quick meeting. And that was extra quick. 2-0 the count. You can hear the Oak Glen faithful out in center field trying to cheer on their Golden Bears. Husky fans over in the right field area, and it's all a mix here behind home plate and along the dugouts. Two tremendous teams battling it out for the championship. Renfro goes after another one. This time she'll clip a piece of it. 2-1 the count. For the Huskies, you still have Buckner available for 3 innings. She can pitch 3 total in this one. A 2-1 pitch. Missing low, 3-1. Infield still playing in, trying to limit the damage of the Golden Bears. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Renfro swings heavy at it. And the count now full at 3-2. And the payoff pitch, swing and a miss as Fix. Well, she got a big strikeout a couple innings ago to get Sarah Brown with a runner at third to finish off the inning. And she will earn a second strikeout here in this inning to get Herbert Hoover one step closer to getting out of it with no more damage. Top of the order, though, will be Sydney Brown. She's 1 for 2 with a single. 1-0 the pitch. Brown came in 2 for 5 with a triple and 4 runs scored. Went 0 for 2 in the first game, 1 for 2 in this one. Runner still out at second and third. The 1-0 pitch, high and tight. That one moved Brown off the plate a little bit. 2-0 the count. It was Herbert Hoover exploding in game 1 in the top of the 5th with 10 runs right now. 3 on the board in the bottom of the 4th for Oak Glen. Next pitch, this one is ripped. It'll get through again. 1 run will score. They're going to send the second run around, and 2 runs will be plated off of the 2 RBI single by Sydney Brown. After 1 hit in the first game of this championship series for Oak Glen, they have suddenly exploded in this inning. That is the 4th hit of the inning. And it will empty the bases with Zellers and Smith both scoring. And the next pitch, this one is going to drop in as well. This is very eerily similar to what happened in Game 1 only for the Huskies, as now Kell has got her first base hit of the game, and Oak Glen has batted around the order. Kell took a swing at the first offering and just gets enough of it to drop it in front of the center fielder, Courtney Pfizer. McKay, who started off the inning with a single and scored, back to the plate. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. And a 1-0 count to the junior pitcher, Maddie McKay. McKay's going to swipe at this one, rips it straight away center field. Pfizer in on it for out number 3, but Oak Glen explodes. In the bottom of the 4th inning for 5. They lead it after 4, 5-0. Hoover to the plate. You're watching the 2021 Class AA Softball Championship game on the NFHS Network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
We welcome you back to Little Creek Park in South Charleston, West Virginia, site of the 2021 State Softball Championships. The final game of the season and the series in Class AA. Oak Glen exploding in the bottom of the 4th, 5 runs on 5 hits. And eerily similar to the way the Huskies started, or didn't start, but finished off the first game of the series with 10 runs in the top of the 5th. And we are in the top of the 5th. So Oak Glen obviously will not just count themselves lucky here. They've got a lot of work still to do. Bottom of the order, the pitcher Josie Fix, followed by Emma Veltri, and then Brooklyn Huffman. 1, 2, and 3 in the order. 1-1 the count to Fix. She had a big triple but was stranded at third in the 2nd inning. Here's a hard hit shot to the shortstop. And Sydney Brown has been very good there today. That is the 3rd put out by the sophomore Brown. Good, clean contact on the pitch there by Fix, but she hit it right at the defender. Fix very quick down the line, made that one close. So Veltri coming to the plate. Swings at the first offering. Veltri struck out swinging in the first plate appearance back in the 2nd inning. A lot of production from the bottom of the order. 3 for 8 with 3 runs scored coming into the postseason. This one a little softer towards short. Going to take a quick throw, not in time. Veltri beats the throw from the shortstop, Brown. It's almost as if it was better for Brown to take a hard hit shot because she had a little more time. Veltri showing the wheels, legging out the infield single. And this one coming right up the middle. And just nothing you could do. Brown fielded it cleanly, fired across. Not in time. Top of the order we go. Huffman. And she was swinging for the fences there. 0-1 the count. Huffman 0 for 1. Swings and fouls the next one off. 0-2 quickly. Huffman's had a great state tournament. Came into the championship series 5 for 12 with 4 RBIs, 2 runs. She added to that in the first game with 2 more RBIs and 2 doubles. Fouls this one off. Huffman, one of the 5 sophomore starters for Herbert Hoover. Oak Glen starts 4 of them. Another 0-2 offering off speed, and a big strikeout issued by the junior, Maddie McKay. For McKay here in this ballgame, that is strikeout number 4. 2 outs now in the top of the 5th inning. Caroline Woody, 1 for 2, singled in the first inning, struck out in the third. Woody came into the postseason batting .325. 2 for 10 coming into the championship series. And Woody went 1 for 3 in the first of 2. This ball gets away temporarily. Veltri stays close to the bag at first. And a 2-0 count now to Woody. Oak Glen plated 5 runs in the bottom of the last half inning. 5 on 5 hits. The pitch, that one blasted into the gap. That's going to get through. That may score the first Husky run. Veltri on her horse around from first. She'll head in safely. The throw over to third, not in time. And sliding in with the RBI triple is Caroline Woody. And the Huskies. Maybe that 5-run bottom of the 4th woke up the Husky bats. Woody made clean contact, went opposite field, ripped that one all the way to the fence in right center field. Now a 4-run ball game. Sydney Bright coming to the plate, looks on at strike 1. Bright popped out twice in this game, flew out to center field and then to second base. Next pitch, 1 hops the catcher. 1-1 the count to Bright. Bright swings at the high heater. This one popped up at second base. Camping under it, making the grab is Moore for out number 3. 1 back for the Huskies in the top of the 5th. It's Oak Glen 5, Herbert Hoover 1. Oak Glen to the plate. You're watching the 2021 Class AA State Championship Final on the NFHS Network.
For Herbert Hoover in the 5th.
As we move into the bottom of inning number 5, we've got a good one here brewing in the Class AA Championship Final. The Huskies of Herbert Hoover High School won Game 1 of the series 10-0 in 5 to advance to this final game. Oak Glen plated 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. The top of the 5th, the Huskies got 1 back on a pair of base hits. So we move to the bottom of inning number 5 from South Charleston, West Virginia. Glad you could join us on the NFHS Network in conjunction with the WVSSAC. And Video Productions, I'm Andrew Miller. Brian Shepard is my production executive and all-around good guy. And we've got a changeover. We knew that there was an opportunity for Grayson Buckner to pitch. She has 3 innings available, so she will work at least the 5th, maybe the 6th and 7th. If it comes down to that for the Huskies, everybody moved back to their original position. Veltri back to second. Fix goes back to first. Hansen moves out to left. And Huffman goes back to shortstop. After batting around the order with 10 coming to the plate, it is Sarah Brown, Olivia Munoz, and Michaela Zellers. Brown 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Turns on the inside pitch. This one is blooped into foul territory. And look at the grab. Back over in her comfortable spot was Abby Hansen, and she makes a brilliant play. Just shy of the foul fence over in left field. We see Brown turn on this one, and this is going to come right near our camera view as Hansen makes the play, then puts on the skids and slows down for the out. Munoz now to the plate. Fielder's choice in that big 5-run inning. It ended up plating one of the 5 runs. Also scored herself. That was the first offering off, 0-1 the count. Munoz 2 for 9 in the state tournament. As an RBI to her credit, this one chopped towards third, gobbled up by Woody, and a strong throw across for out number 2. So back at it goes the Husky defense. They have been tremendous behind. Well, it was all Buckner until the start of this game, but they have been tremendous behind their pitchers now. In fact, in the first 3 innings, Buckner had thrown only 18 pitches, and she's going to have an easy one again here as she throws just 3 pitches, and she is out of the inning. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th. We move to the 6th inning. Oak Glen leading Herbert Hoover 5-1 here on the NFHS Network.
Hooters Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch gravy. Now that's a meal. Served all day long and only available at Hooters Biscuit World.
Geno's introduces the Big Cheese, our supersized pizza piled high with extra cheese for only $9.99. A blend of 3 different cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and provolone. Try Geno's Big Cheese Pizza for only $9.99.
Did you know that up to 50% of the air you breathe in your home is the air that comes through your basement? A wet, damp basement can be a real problem that can worsen asthma and allergies, affect your indoor air quality, and damage your valuables. Alford Home Solutions will transform your basement into a dry, usable space and improve the air quality in your entire home. Protect your family today. Visit alfordhomesolutions.com for a free estimate.
And we welcome you back to South Charleston, West Virginia. We're into the top of the 6th inning in the Class AA State Championship Final. Oak Glen leading Herbert Hoover 5-1. A quick 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th for the Herbert Hoover defense, with Grayson Buckner now back pitching for Herbert Hoover. And we move to the top of the 6th inning. Maddie McKay has worked throughout. She'll see Courtney Pfizer right here. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Huskies after plating 1 in the top of the 5th inning to close the gap to 4. Quickly a 3-0 count to Pfizer, who is 0 for 1 with a walk in this one. And a 4-pitch walk issued by McKay to the leadoff batter. Pfizer was walked on a full count in the 4th. Ended up stranded out at 2nd. And Grayson Buckner coming to the plate now, the pitcher. She's been great this whole state tournament, but she is 0 for 2 so far in this game. 2 flyouts to the outfield. And she'll send one out into right field a second time, that one in foul territory. Coming into the championship series, Buckner was 6 for 12 with 4 RBIs and a double. She added another RBI in the first game victory over Oak Glen. 0-1 pitch. Buckner fights it off again. Behind in the count, 0-2. Oak Glen looking for their second state championship in school history, first since 1998. Huskies looking to four-peat. This one high over the head of the batter, Buckner. 1-2 the count. The Huskies won their first state title in 2014 and then backed it up 3 times, 17, 18, 19. Last year was canceled. Here's the pitch, high into the sky, foul territory. Giving a look is the catcher, Brown. That one will hit a tarp just over the foul fence. Count remains 1-2. On deck is Hanson. So the Huskies with the top of the 6th and the top of the 7th inning remaining offensively as they attempt to close the gap here on Oak Glen. Oak Glen trying to keep the Huskies at bay. McKay misses on another offering, 2-2 now. Pfizer with the leadoff walk at first. 2-2 pitch. That one stays away from Buckner as well. Full count. McKay has worked all but 5 innings of the state tournament for Oak Glen. Here's the 3-2 pitch, high into the sky again. And once again, that one will sail out of the park. Lots of spectators, onlookers here for this championship final. Here comes another payoff pitch, and that one's going to miss. Back-to-back walks issued by McKay. And the Huskies are in business with nobody out in the top of the 6th. Abby Hanson coming to the plate. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to the shortstop.
Now batting for Herbert Hoover, number 17, Abby Hanson.
Hanson 3 for 12 on the season. I meant the state tournament. Check swing on the next pitch as McKay fights back with one in the strike zone. So the Golden Bears are going to have to grind it out here in the top of the 6th, or will it be the Huskies carrying some momentum? Here's a bunt attempt. That one sails up in the air, though. Already playing in for the possibility of a bunt was Holden over at first. She'll come in foul territory and make the grab for out number 1. Unable to advance the runners is Hanson. And that'll bring up Sydney Shamblin. She's been tremendous in this championship series. She's 0 for 2, though, in this game. She has popped out twice to the right fielder, Smith. Coming into the championship series, though, she has been great. Here's a ground ball, though, over to the second base area. Moore moves over towards the first base side and fields it for out number 2. That will advance Pfizer to third. And Buckner goes out to second with 2 outs now. And Josie Fix, who is back at her traditional first base position, is 1 for 2. She ripped a triple in the second inning. She'd like to make clean contact again and score a pair of runs if possible. First pitch going to get a little bit away from McKay. Fix ripped the ball, her second plate appearance as well in the 5th inning, just right towards the shortstop, Sydney Brown. On a pitch, this one popped up right side, or left side, sorry. And an attempt made by the third baseman, Olivia Munoz. She dove into the foul fence trying to get her glove on that one. Great effort by the sophomore Munoz. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Class AA state championship final game. Class AAA won by Cabell Midland in one championship game. Class Single A, Wahama White Falcons are the champions. We are just a couple of innings away from finding out who might be the Class AA. champion of 2021. Fix looks on, one upstairs, 2-1 the count. Emma Veltri on deck. Check swing on the 2-1 pitch, upstairs again. McKay has been busy. She's thrown 83 pitches, now 84 counted. 3-1 pitch. This one poked foul out of play again, and the count full. McKay has been good, given up 4 hits. She struck out 4, but she has walked 4 batters. We go back to that first game victory over Independence. She did not walk a batter and struck out 10. And the 1 hit shutout. Here comes the payoff pitch. And it looked as if McKay and Brown, the pitcher-catcher combo, were celebrating strike 3, and it never came. So that is walk number 5 of the game for McKay. That will load the bases for the bottom of the order. Hitter number 9, Emma Veltri. Veltri legged out an infield single and scored the lone run of the game back in the 5th inning on the RBI triple from Carolyn Woody.
Now batting for Herbert Hoover, number 13, Emma Veltri.
Ball game getting very, very tense here in the top of the 6th. Veltri swings. Munoz is able to keep it in the infield, but Munoz can do nothing with it. We already saw the speed of Veltri on the last play, and that will plate Pfizer from third. That was just a tremendous play to Munoz to keep it from getting into the outfield and possibly scoring 2 runs.
Now batting for Herbert Hoover, number 12, Brooklyn Huffman.
So the inning will continue. The Huskies have crawled back to within 3, and they have got the top of the order now at the plate. Huffman has been pretty silent in this game, walked in the first inning and then grounded out and struck out. Big opportunity, though, for the sophomore shortstop. She'll launch it high into the sky in foul territory. That one will hit the canopy once again. Over the third base side, quickly 0-2 to Huffman. Came into the championship series 5 for 12, 4 RBIs. She added to that with 2 more base hits, 2 extra base hits, and 2 RBIs in game 1 of this one. The 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and a huge 5th strikeout of the game for Maddie McKay. The damage limited by Oak Glen, but the Huskies strike again. It's 2 within 3 as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Oak Glen to the plate. You're watching the 2021 Class AA Softball Championship on the NFHS Network.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Moving into the bottom of inning number 6 here in the Class AA Championship final between Oak Glen and Herbert Hoover. We've got a good one. Oak Glen got all 5 of their runs in the 4th inning, batting around the order. The Huskies got 1 back in the 5th, 1 back in the bottom of that 6th inning to climb to within 3. So for Oak Glen, you're looking for insurance runs before the top of the 7th. If you're the Huskies and now the pitcher Buckner, you want to end this one with no damage, as you will be down 3 runs going into your final at-bat of the regulation. First pitch from Buckner in there to Amber Moore. Moore 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout in this one. Buckner goes off speed, and we have seen that numerous times like a broken record off the tip of the bat, straight back to the pitcher's circle. A quick 1-3 put out by the pitcher Buckner. 7, 8, and 9 at the plate here to lead off for Oak Glen in the bottom of the 6th. Grace Smith now, hitter number 8, She has an RBI single and a run scored in this one. 1 for 2 for the junior right fielder, Grace Smith. First offering from Buckner swung on and missed. For the Huskies, in the top of the 7th, they got the meat of the order at the plate. It'll be 2-3-4. Woody, Bright, Pfizer to lead it off. Next offering missing low, 1-1 the count. Renfro is on deck for Oak Glen. Off speed on the 1-1 pitch, and Smith just unable to lay off of it. As mentioned in that first game, it's almost as if Buckner has a string attached to the softball and just pulls it right at the last second. And the 1-2, that one sails inside as Smith will jump out of the way. Count even at 2-2. Buckner has thrown just 11 pitches in her relief duty of Fix. And Smith will stay alive. She caught just the end of the bat with the softball there. And the count remains 2-2. Buckner winds and delivers off speed. And that time Smith lays off. It's full at 3-2. Inside corner on the payoff pitch, and Buckner paints it for strike 3. Smith looks on, helpless to do anything about that. Hitter number 9, Renfro, designated player coming to the plate. Popped back to the pitcher, Fix, in the 3rd and struck out in the 4th. Golden Bears looking for insurance. Huskies looking to shut down Oak Glen and move to the top of the 7th, needing just 3 to extend the ball game. First pitch from Buckner missing upstairs to Renfro. Renfro 1 for 5 coming to the championship series. She'll turn on this one. Lace it down the line, foul, first base side, 1-1 the count. Top of the Golden Bear order on deck, Sydney Brown hoping to get another opportunity here in the bottom of the 6th. One pitch framed an extra half second by the catcher Bright. 2-1 the count. Oak Glen looking to win their 30th game of the season, 29-2 at the moment. Huskies looking for win number 27 and state championship number 5, number 4 straight, going back to 2017, 18, 19. 2-2 the count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Buckner rocks and fires off speed, and that one missing just outside. Full count for the 2nd straight batter. And the Huskies will have hitters 2, 3, 4 coming to the plate. At the moment needing 3 runs to tie and extend the ball game. And this time Buckner unable to finish off a 1-2-3 inning as she did in the 5th. As she will lose her first batter to a walk. So Oak Glen will get to the top of the order. Sydney Brown has been great here in this one. 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs for the leadoff hitting shortstop. She is trying to help Oak Glen's cause, try to give them at least 1 insurance run. First pitch from Buckner missing upstairs. 1-0 pitch smacked into the cage. One the count. Late into the afternoon. Cabell Midland, the champions of Class AAA, Wahama, Class Single A champions. Class AA, we are waiting to see in this final game of the 2021 season. Will it be the four-peat for Herbert Hoover? Will it be the second championship ever for the Golden Bears? 2-1 the count now to Brown. Out in front of that one, tips it. And the count evens 2-2. Only fans lining the entirety of this facility all the way around the fence line. 2-2 pitch, another off-speed offering from Buckner, and again, Brown just catching a piece. She'll stay alive for another offering. Another 2-2 pitch, high and tight, and Renfro's off the bag, though, and Renfro is going to be caught, and a major base running error for Renfro ends the possibility of an insurance run in the bottom of the sixth inning for the Huskies. They'll need 3 as we move to the 7th inning. See if they can do it, or will Glen win it? After these messages, you're watching the 2021 Class AA High School State Championship Final on the NFHS Network.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Boy, getting older is pretty stressful. Am I right, girls?
No kidding, Sandy. It seems like every morning I see a new driveway crack.
My deck sure isn't as level as it used to be.
You've got to keep up appearances, though, right?
Mm-hmm. You got that right.
It's time to stop worrying about your concrete problems. Give us a call today and rest easy tonight.
We welcome you back to South Charleston, West Virginia, Little Creek Park, the Class AA Softball Championship final game. Into the top of the 7th we go. Herbert Hoover trailing Oak Glen 5-2. The Huskies need 3 to extend the ball game. And they've got the heart of the order at the plate. 2-3-4 coming up. Caroline Woody, Sydney Bright, and Courtney Pfizer to lead it off. Woody already 2 for 3 with an RBI and a triple in this one. Maddie McKay trying to finish it off for Oak Glen and give them their 2nd state championship in school history and their 30th win of the season. Behind in the count quickly, though, is McKay, 2-0. Next pitch, that one is sent deep into left field. That's going to drop in fair territory. All the way to the fence it goes. Heading around second and then back to the bag goes Woody with the leadoff double. A single, a double, a triple, and an RBI for Woody. So for the Huskies, they couldn't have picked a better start to the top of the 7th inning as Woody placed it right down the line in left field. Sydney Bright, 0 for 3 in this game, but she has produced throughout this state tournament. First pitch from McKay in there for strike 1. Again, the Huskies need 3 or Oak Glen will win it. Next pitch, that one is laced into very deep left field. Going back, that hits the bottom of the fence. That's going to score Woody from second. And as you see, Sydney Bright standing on the bag, she is jacked up and trying to fire up her team over in the dugout. The RBI double, back-to-back doubles, and now the tying run here in the top of the 7th coming to the plate, represented by the lone senior Courtney Pfizer. And you didn't think the Huskies would go away this quickly, did you? I didn't think they would either. They have cut it down to 2. Oak Glen just 3 outs away from their second state championship ever. And the Huskies trying to have a say about that. If McKay is going to do it here in this top of the 7th inning, she's going to have to navigate the best hitters on the Husky team. So far, Woody and Bright have delivered with back-to-back doubles, and now you got to see Pfizer. 0 for 1. She's been walked twice in this game. She's had a big bat through the postseason. 5 RBIs coming into the championship series. First pitch for McKay missing. She's thrown 95 pitches to this point. 1-0. That one popped up behind second base and moving back very quickly, emphatically calling off Moore at second is Sydney Brown. She wanted to make sure everybody heard that one. That's a big out and a big get for Oak Glen. But you make do with the first out, and you got to see Buckner now. Buckner, the pitcher of record, has 6 home runs on the season. And again, she represents the tying run at the plate for the Huskies. 1-0 the count. McKay, this one popped up in foul territory. Maddie McKay, a second-team All-Stater in 2019 as a freshman, trying to will and help her Oak Glen Golden Bears to a second state title in school history. The 1-1 off speed upstairs. Abby Hansen on deck. You think for Oak Glen, you try to get through this and get to the bottom of the order, but the bottom of the order has produced as well in this game. This pitch ripped right towards the shortstop, dropped, picked up, over to first. Is it in time? They're going to say that Buckner beat the throw. I'm wondering if we will get a review from the umpires. That was a hard-hit shot, but it was not cleanly fielded by Brown at shortstop. She bobbled it and then picked it up and threw it. As you see right there on the screen, and I'm telling you, Buckner just by a half step maybe able to beat the throw. So runners now at first and second, and once again, Oak Glen's head coach Sherry Gardner coming out to question that call at first, but as we can see here on the replay, it was bang, bang, but Buckner got her foot there first. So Abby Hansen coming to the plate, 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out. Runners at first and third, the tying run now represented on the base paths with the pitcher Grayson Buckner. McKay rocks and fires. This one is ripped into deep left center field. It's going to drop in. It's going to get over the fence for the ground rule double. And they are going to send Buckner back to third. But a big swing of the bat by Hansen. And that is the third double, by the way, in this inning alone. Worley, the pinch runner for Bright, came in to score. Buckner headed over to third. And the RBI double for Hansen makes it a one-run ball game in the top of the seventh. Buckner represents the tying run at third. The go-ahead run now on the base paths with Shamblin, the number 7 hitter, the right fielder, coming to the plate. Oak Glen still has the bottom of the seventh available. Shamblin 0 for 3 in this game. First offering, missing low, 1-0 the count. Still just one out in the inning. The bats have woken back up here for the Huskies. Another one missing low by McKay. And McKay's 104th pitch. She has struck out 5, but she has also walked 5. Brings the 2-0 pitch. This one popped up into very shallow right field. Coming on, making the grab. Here comes the tag. Buckner will beat the throw. And this game is tied in the top of the 7th. Shamlin caught just enough of it into shallow right field to sacrifice home the tying run. And you take a look at that one. That one got out into right field just enough. Smith made a nice play on it, but Buckner has some speed, and she was ready to burn as soon as that ball went into the glove. So now we're in big territory here. Oak Glen certainly does not want to give up a go-ahead run at third. The Huskies would love to have it. Josie Fix, the starting pitcher in this game. One to 0 the count. Fix had a big triple in the second inning. One 0 pitch stays outside. 2-0. If you don't get Fix, you got to see Veltri. She's 2 for 3 in the number 9 position with an RBI. Here comes the 2-0. That one finds the mark on the edge. So now for Oak Glen, they're trying to get out of this tied. As we move to the bottom of the inning, it will be 1-2-3 coming to the plate for the Golden Bears. 2-1 pitch, missing low, 3-1. This is the game we thought we might see in the first game. Herbert Hoover had other plans. They opened it up with 10 in the 5th. Right now we are tied in the 7th. And the next pitch missing low as McKay will lose Fix. That is walk number 6 of the game for Maddie McKay on her 110th pitch of the ball game. Emma Veltri 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored in this championship final game. This one dribbled towards the second baseman. It's going to be a tough play. Veltri's got speed, and they've got it. Wow. Veltri legged out an infield single earlier in the game. That time it was Brown with the strong throw as she will end it in the top of the 7th inning, but not before. Herbert Hoover has come back to tie it. We move to the bottom of the 7th. Oak Glen has a chance to win it. See if they can do it or see if we go to extras after this.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
Well, you couldn't have drawn it up any finer for a state championship final between two Class AA powerhouses. Oak Glen and Herbert Hoover tied into the bottom of the 7th inning. The Huskies able to manufacture the 3 runs needed to extend the game. And Grayson Buckner on the hill for her final inning. She'll see 1, 2, 3 in the order. Sydney Brown, Lizzie Kell, and Maddie McKay. Brown was at the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning when Renfro was caught off base to end the inning. Brown fouls the first pitch off. Oak Glen can walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. They'll have to do it against one of the state's best pitchers, though. 0-2. Brown previously 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Scored 2 of the 5 runs on that single back in the 4th inning. Oak Glen got all 5 in that 4th. Since then, the Huskies just clawing their way back into this one. Huskies plated 1 in the 5th and 6th and then got the 3 they needed in the top of this inning. 1-2 the count to Brown. Next pitch drops out of the zone, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch, looking to paint the outside corner. Buckner misses. It's a full count to the leadoff batter for Oak Glen. They would love to have the leadoff batter aboard. That would offer Coach Garner an opportunity to play some small ball and try to advance the runner. Full count pitch. This one's popped up, though, into very shallow right field. Coming on and gloving it underhanded with a tremendous play is Shamblin. There have been a lot of big plays defensively for both of these teams. None may be bigger in the moment than the play that Shamblin just made, as she just caught it on the tip of the glove. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Lizzie Kell coming to the plate. 1 for 3 with a base hit in this one. She'll swing hard at the first offering. 0-1 the count. Kell does have speed to burn if she can get on the base paths. Trying to do this against Buckner is harder than it seems. This one popped up in the infield in fair territory. In comes Fix, and she's got it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. If we go to extras, the Huskies are going to bring the top of the order to the plate again, 1, 2, and 3. McKay looks on at the first pitch, agrees with that one on the outside corner. McKay 2 for 3 with a triple and a run scored in this one. 1-0-1 offering missing. Brown in the on-deck circle. Oak Glen trying to walk it off at the bottom of the 7th inning for a state title. Huskies trying to eliminate the opportunity and move to the 8th inning as Buckner, a rare hit batter, rides in on the hands of McKay and hits the batter. So the winning run now is on the base paths for Oak Glen. No opportunity, though, for small ball with 2 outs. So Brown has a hit here in this one, a single in the 4th and a run scored. First pitch from Buckner missing away. This has been a tremendous battle in the championship final. 2-0 now to Brown as Buckner misses upstairs. And again, Buckner cannot go past this inning, so you would imagine if this goes to extras, Fix will be in the bottom of the 8th for the Huskies in the circle. 2-0 pitch misses away as well. Buckner has just 1 walk in this game. She's given up just 1 hit. Actually, no, she's not given up a hit, my bad. 3-0 pitch, and that one is going to sail away. A 4-pitch walk will send the winning run into scoring position out at second. So Buckner very uncharacteristically hits McKay, and then a 4-pitch walk to Brown. And now Olivia Munoz coming to the plate. Oak Glen trying to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Herbert Hoover trying to extend this into extra innings. This has all the earmarks of a classic in Class AA. Munoz digs in. First offering from Buckner finds the mark. Oh, and 1 the count. Everybody standing around this facility. Here comes the pitch. Off speed, that one nubbed towards the second base area. And covering at first is Veltri for out number 3. That was a close one. Munoz almost legged out the infield single to extend it. Instead, we will move to extra innings. 7 was not enough, as you see the play made by the first baseman, Josie Fix, to end the threat in the bottom of the 7th. We're going to extras. Top of the 8th to come. We're all squared at 5 apiece. You're watching the 2021 Class AA State Championship Final on the NFHS Network. CBS Equipment has over 30 years' experience in the mining industry and is committed to supplying mining companies with reliable, inventive, quality equipment as well as top-notch customer service. CBS Equipment is proud to support the Independence Lady Patriots as well as all 2021 softball state tournament participants. We move to extra innings, top of the order for the Huskies as Oak Glen and Herbert Hoover tied at 5. Brooklyn Huffman steps in first. First pitch finds the mark for Maddie McKay, working into extra innings. Huffman 0 for 3 with a walk in this game. Prior to this game, though, she was fantastic. 7 for 14 with 6 RBIs, and this one ripped just out of the reach of the first baseman, Holden. And the go-ahead run is on the base paths for the Huskies.
Now batting for Herbert Hoover, number 8, Caroline Woody.
You take a look at this one. That was a hard-hit shot. Great effort by Holden at first, just unable to get to it. So in steps Caroline Woody. She is 3 for 4. And she is a home run away, by the way, of hitting for the cycle. A single, a double, a triple, a run scored, and an RBI. And a partridge in a pear tree for Woody. 0-1 the count. She'll square to bunt. They're going to play some small ball as McKay will take the out at first. And the go-ahead run moves a little closer into scoring position out at second. And we'll bring up Bright. She was 0 for 3 until the 7th, ripped the RBI double. Part of that 3-run inning to tie it, and that's where we are in extra innings. First pitch, she'll swing at this one high into the sky in straightaway center field as Kell quickly in on the SC and makes the grab for out number 2. That was a pretty big out. for the Oak Glen defense. That will bring up Pfizer. 0 for 2 with a pair of walks and a run scored. The lone senior starter on this roster for the Huskies. First pitch, swinging with reckless abandon. I would have broken a rib trying to swing that hard. 0-1 the count. That one hurt just to watch. If Pfizer makes contact with it, that could be the walk-off winner. She does have home run power. McKay rocks and fires, goes off speed with the next pitch in low. So McKay's going to have to battle through this very potent offensive set. Buckner on deck, Hanson, Shamblin had the tying RBIs. His pitch dribbled up the middle. That's going to get through. They're going to send the runner around. Kell throws it. It's offline. It was on time. And the go-ahead run will score as Huffman comes in from second. Kell got there quickly, and the throw would have been on time, unfortunately for Kell and Oak Glen. It's thrown offline. And for the first time tonight, Herbert Hoover leads the ball game 6-5, and Buckner at the plate.
Now batting for Hoover, number 18, Grayson Buckner.
Buckner swung hard at that one. Caught a piece of it into the glove of Brown. Next pitch, this one lined into right center field. Moving over is the right fielder Smith for out number 3, but the Huskies have taken the lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning by 1 run. Oak Glen, they'll need 1 at least to tie it. 2 will be a walk-off winner. You're watching the championship game of the Class AA softball state tournament on the NFHS network.
Hooters Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch gravy. Now that's a meal. Served all day long and only available at Tudor's Biscuit World.
Geno's introduces the Big Cheese, our supersized pizza piled high with extra cheese for only $9.99. A blend of 3 different cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and provolone. Try Geno's Big Cheese Pizza for only $9.99.
Did you know that up to 50% of the air you breathe in your home is the air that comes through your basement? A wet, damp basement can be a real problem that can worsen asthma and allergies, affect your indoor air quality, and damage your valuables. Alford Home Solutions will transform your basement into a dry, usable space and improve the air quality in your entire home. Protect your family today. Visit alfordhomesolutions.com for a free estimate.
As we move into the bottom of inning number 8 extras in the championship game of Class AA, Herbert Hoover with a pair of base hits in the extra innings, top of the 8th, an RBI single by Courtney Pfizer, giving Hoover the lead by 1. So Oak Glen needs 1 to extend. 2 would win it in walk-off fashion here in the bottom of the 8th. And we've got a new pitcher again. It's the old pitcher, the starting pitcher, Josie Fix, back as Buckner has exhausted her innings. Buckner will move back to shortstop. Brooklyn Huffman moves back over to second. Abby Hansen moves back to first. And Emma Veltri moves back to left field. Fix worked well in the first 3 innings, but gave up 5 hits and 5 runs in that big 4th inning for Oak Glen. Michaela Zellers leads it off in the bottom of the 8th. Swings heavy at the first pitch, fouls it back. 0-1. 6, 7, and 8 coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 run needed for the Golden Bears. Amber Moore to follow, and then Grace Smith. Zellers looking for her first hit of the game. Fix, the lefty, rocks and fires low. Huskies trying to win their 4th straight championship and 5th overall in program history. Oak Glen looking to win their 2nd championship and first since 1998. Fix missing upstairs. Oak Glen again, would love to get a leadoff runner aboard and try to work some small ball. The Huskies were able to connect on that situation with Huffman getting on base to begin in the top of the 8th. 2-1 pitch. This one is roped down the line. Will it stay fair? It will not. And the count now moves to 2-2. Zellers came into the championship series 2 for 6. Looking for her first base hit here in this one. And the 2-2 pitch off speed and out in front was Zellers. And the Huskies get that all-important first out of the bottom of the 8th. As Fix showing her ability with the off-speed pitch. Amber Moore coming to the plate. She's still looking for her first base hit of the tournament. And it would come at a big time here for Oak Glen. First pitch fouled off. If Moore is available to get on the base paths, Grace Smith does have an RBI in this game. This has been an instant classic in Class AA. 0-1 offering back to the off-speed changeup. And Moore fooled just as Zellers was. Oak Glen 29-2, looking for win 30 and a championship. Herbert Hoover looking for win 27 and their 4th straight. Next pitch for Fix, missing outside, 1-2. Well, you could cut the tension with a butter knife here. The 1-2 pitch, Fix again goes off speed but misses upstairs. Oak Glen with 7 base hits in this ball game. Hoover with 10. Huskies 4 for 18 with runners in scoring position. Oak Glen 2 for 9. The next pitch, that one misses low. Full count now to Moore. This is a big at-bat or a big pitch, whichever team you're rooting for. Here it comes, the payoff pitch. Down the middle, it's ripped back up the middle by Brown. And the first base hit of the state tournament comes at the most opportune time for Amber Moore. Calder Brown meant more. And Moore will get a courtesy runner. Amber Moore had not had a base hit in the state tournament until right now in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out and her team trailing by 1 run. So the pinch runner coming in will be Maddie Balk, the sophomore. And Oak Glen will have to figure out a way to manufacture her home at least, or else Herbert Hoover will take the championship. Grace Smith 1 for 3 with an RBI in this one. The pitch gets away. That's going to advance Balk out into scoring position. And that gives the Golden Bears a little more life here with 1 out. The tying run at second base in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Good location on the outside corner for Fix. Evens it up at 1-1. Emma Renfro, designated player, the number 9 hitter in the order, is in the on-deck circle for Oak Glen. 1-1 pitch, missing up. 2-1 the counts. Glen would love to get back to the top of the order if possible. That's where the production has come from the majority of this game. Leadoff hitter Sidney Brown is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Josie Fix in the defense for the Huskies, wanting to end this in the bottom of the eighth, and win their 4th straight, 5th overall in Class AA. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss by Smith, as Fix challenged Smith with a belt high pitch. Balk, the pinch runner out at second, represents the tying run. The 2-2 pitch off speed. The changeup works again for Josie Fix. She struck out Zellers to begin the inning. Emma Renfro. Fix just working that changeup very, very well. Renfro digs in. And this one popped up into very shallow center field. Coming in to make the grab is Courtney Fizer. And how fitting is it that the senior in her final career game grabs the final outs on the pop fly. An absolute instant classic in Class AA. Glen, you're going to feel it right now, but these young ladies need to hold their heads up high. A tremendous season and an absolute dogfight battle for the Golden Bears in this championship game. The Huskies, though, have four-peated 2017, 2018, 2019, and now the Herbert Hoover Huskies are your 2021 Class AA state champions. What a classic. We'll take a break for the sponsorships, and when we come back, we'll talk through this one. We'll talk about some statistics, and we will wrap it up here from South Charleston, West Virginia in the 2021 State High School Softball Championships on the NFHS Network.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100-plus stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
What you're watching out on Field A is the championship final in Class AA, the final championship game of the season here in 2021. Class AAA decided earlier. Cabell Midland, the state champions. Class Single A, the White Falcons of Wahama. And we have had a instant classic here. Some would call it a slobber knocker throughout this ball game, as an improbable comeback for Herbert Hoover over Glen. In the bottom of the 8th inning, it went to extras in the second game of the championship series. The Huskies are now 4-time state champions in a row, 5 overall in the history of the program. Oak Glen falls just 1 game shy. I know it hurts now, and again, the tough thing about sports is there can be only one winner at the end. Oak Glen gave a great battle here in this championship game. They could have been completely shell-shocked after that 10-0 5-inning loss to begin the championship series. They did not. The Golden Bears battled back here. In fact, the Golden Bears took the lead quickly in the 4th inning by 5 runs. It was a 5-0 lead. But Herbert Hoover, just as they did after losing the first game of the state tournament to Sissonville, just battled back each and every single game to win. They got 1 in the 5th, 1 more in the top of the 6th. They get 3 in the 7th to tie it at 5 apiece, and they moved to the 8th inning. They got the 1 run necessary and were able to close it out as Courtney Pfizer, the lone senior starter for the Huskies, makes the final outs on a pop fly by Renfro to end it. This one was an absolute classic here today. Josie Fix got the start here today, worked the first 4 innings, gave up 5 runs. She was replaced by Grayson Buckner, who had 3 innings available. Buckner worked the 5th, 6th, and 7th to perfection. She did not allow a base hit. She struck out 1 and walked 2. Fix comes back in the 8th inning, gives up a base hit. A runner moves to second on a wild pitch. And just as Herbert Hoover has done throughout this state tournament, somehow, some way able to get the outs they need. And the Huskies are your champions here in 2021. We're taking a look at the all-tournament team here in Class AA. Very well-deserved honors for Maddie McKay, and Lizzie Kell from Oak Glen. And for Herbert Hoover, Sydney Bright, well-deserved honor. As well as Courtney Pfizer, Sydney Shamblin. What a postseason she had. Also, the sophomore Brooklyn Huffman, and of course, Grayson Buckner, all 5 all-tournament team participants. And again, they are much well-deserved, as were the 3 for Oak Glen. The 3 for Oak Glen, Sarah Brown, Lizzie Kell, and Maddie McKay. Oak Glen will receive their runner-up trophies. And this one has just been a fantastic one as we finish off the 2021 season with the best game, I would say, bar none, in the championship. All tournament teams being announced. All those ladies getting their plaques. We're taking a look at some individual stats while that happens. The Huskies were led by a couple of different bats here today. Caroline Woody went 3 for 4 in this game with an RBI and a run scored. 2 for 4 was Veltri with an RBI of her own. RBIs for Bright, Pfizer, Buckner, all 3, 1 apiece. Oak Glen, after being 1 hit in that first game of the championship series, they came back with a ferocity at the plate. They ended up with 5 runs on 8 hits, and they were led by the leadoff batter. Sydney Brown went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs in this one. An RBI apiece for Olivia Munoz, Michaela Zellers, and Grace Smith.
Team members, coach, and support staff are asked to come forward to receive your awards as your name is announced.
And for Oak Glen, Maddie McKay goes the distance, 8 innings of work. She gave up 10 hits. She struck out 5, walked 6, and gave up 5 earned runs of the 6. And for the Huskies, Josie Fix led it off the first 4 innings. She gave way trailing and came back in to take the victory in the bottom of the 8th inning. She works 5 innings, gives up 8 hits, 5 runs. All 5 were earned. She did strike out 5 batters and did not walk a batter. Buckner again in 3 innings of relief. Does not give up a hit, a run, struck out 1, walked 2, and hit a batter in this one. So we have made it to the finals. As you take a look at those final stats, 6-5 Herbert Hoover, team batting average for the Huskies 303, a very respectable 242 for Oak Glen. 2 out RBIs, very, very similar. That means both these teams were clutch in this one. 3 for the Huskies, 2 for Oak Glen. Huskies left 11 on base. They had a lot of opportunities. The Oak Glen Golden Bear defense continued to battle through some tough situations. Oak Glen leaving 7 on base. The runners in scoring position, that is where the Huskies just do damage. They've done it throughout this state tournament. 4 for 18 with runners in scoring position, 2 for 11 for Oak Glen. The final score, Herbert Hoover 6, Oak Glen 5, as you have been watching live coverage of the 2021 Class AA State Championship Finals. Today's game has been produced in conjunction by the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission and Video Productions. Bernie Dolan is the Executive Director of the WVSSAC. Assistant Executive Directors are Greg Reed, Wayne Ryan, and Cindy Daniel. Heather Enoch serves as the Events and Media Coordinator for the WVSSAC. Butch Mounts is the Executive Producer of Video Productions. That's going to do it here in South Charleston, West Virginia, where the Huskies reign supreme. They are your 2021 state champions. All games of the tournament are streaming live and archived on the NFHS Network. Today's game was presented by your local Little General Stores. For our entire crew, this is Andrew Miller saying so long from the Little Creek Park in South Charleston, West Virginia. You've been watching live streaming coverage of the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament on the NFHS Network.
Addison Chapman, Audrey Canterbury, Josie Fix, Sydney Shamblin, Caroline Woody, Kristen Worley, Brooklyn Huffman, Ella Beltry, Lexi Kennedy, Abby Hanson, Grayson Buckner, Courtney Pfizer, Sydney Bright, head coach Missy Smith, assistant coach Yolanda Rollison, sports medicine staff Stephanie Clark. All right, let's hear it for the 2021 AA State Championship team. Herbert Hoover, championship trophy. Again, we would like to express our sincere thanks to everyone for being a part of this 2021 softball championship here at Little Creek Park in South Charleston, West Virginia. Everyone be safe going home.